Amazing, unbelievable, incredible. These aren't just the words people regularly use to describe the Akimbo team, they're also a perfect description of the clips in our latest hour-long extravaganza. So grab yourself a drink, prepare yourself a snack, clear your calendar for the next 60 minutes, and enjoy. A man sprinting out of a truck is never a good sign. Based on how he's dressed, this must have been an attack from a passing Jedi.
Are you okay?
When Mother Nature takes revenge on your parking. Changing the world of parking, one sarcastic packet at a time. This bus was unable to turn due to some idiotic parking, so the good people of New York City sprung into action.
Heroes! Yay! All right.
If a bird of prey decides to make a snack out of you, you might not even see it coming. This dog has clearly had enough of his Amazon Prime orders arriving a day late. To be fair, even this thing is taking more care than the baggage handlers.
That's how you do it.
Why did they build this track near a landslide? Seems careless. Just like trains, trams drive on tracks, so they can't easily avoid an idiot in a car. Looks like a slightly expensive mistake to me. A car doesn't seem like adequate enough protection, really, does it? Bullfighting and cycling just doesn't mix. So praise the Lord for convenient bridges. A much hairier version of WWE. Golden Retrievers not only retrieve, they can deliver as well. Canines don't get paid, but if they did, they definitely earn their wages. Here's one finding a missing 3-year-old boy.
Hey, buddy. Is your blanket? Good boy, buddy. Good boy, Bubba.
Most of these people were pretending to be as blind as the man crossing the street. That is until a real hero arrived. The moral of this clip is, never mess with a woman's tiny dog. When her fellow athletes started struggling, all dreams of glory immediately left her head.
We just all want her to just get there. She's given everything she possibly has.
Great runner.
She's just willing herself there. This is incredible. And she's running fast. She is still going to run the marathon in under 2 hours and 54 minutes. Tremendous, tremendous effort.
The sudden arrival of a tornado and the sudden departure of somebody's car. Would you like to come back to my place? Actually, no. Forget I asked. Even our Akimbo ninja wouldn't mess with her. She might just have a sword nearby. This is what it looks like when a gang of crocodile friends go out for a drink. How many neighbors ran back into their house when they saw this guy coming out?
Oh, you have to show me this. That is so good.
Painted like a zombie.
A family deals out some revenge after their family parking space is stolen by one man who is clearly not a family. This Mother's Day is about to become very annoying due to her childish parking. Nothing says Monday quite like this clip. Everyone around her knew it was a bad idea, but her confidence is impressive.
Lifting it up.
Oh!
Voila.
Is it gonna work?
Of course it's gonna work.
Turn on?
What did I tell you? It's
Not
starting
working.
up. It's starting up.
It doesn't work.
Hold on, it might be out
It's
of
not
battery.
working. No, you fried it.
No, I didn't fry it. You know how when you get a new computer, it might not have sufficient battery?
You killed it.
They come fully
You
charged.
killed the computer.
No, sometimes.
Your train has well and truly arrived. When approaching a junction, always remember to look left, right, and then scream the word tram. Strangely, all thoughts of the surfing competition have just immediately left this guy's head.
Man, I'm happy to not even compete ever again. Like, seriously, like to walk away from that, I'm just so stoked.
There's always one unpopular person who shows up to the barbecue uninvited. This woman has epilepsy, and this footage is of her amazing dog staying with her during a seizure. Yeah, you cows better stay away from my unconscious cowboy. A true friend will always help shoulder your burden. A slightly alternative version now, a human-dog-human chain to save a drowning dog. If it weren't for these everyday heroes knowing a thing or two about hot air balloons, this clip could have been a lot worse. Well, that clearly happened a bit earlier than expected. Sails need wind, but not this much. The only crane that can lift itself. This kind of thing might not get you into the Avengers, but it's definitely a superpower. Since a camera woman was ready, you know this has happened before.
Hey!
If your kid has this kind of artistic talent, then you probably don't mind them playing with power tools. If you can't shout in someone's face or abuse them over the internet, there's always the old school option.
Someone's been in a bed.
Everyone needs a business card, even parking justice warriors. Aren't some of them dressed pretty formally to be doing this kind of thing?
Traffic control.
Truck or a space shuttle about to take off? And now to give my massively expensive helicopter a nice smooth landing. That's not where that truck's supposed to go. And that's not where that crane's supposed to go either. It's never good when your wheels roll away. A driver who clearly has horse blinders on. Yep, camels like jewelry too. This horse clearly wants more than a simple sugar cube. A faithful dog can lift you up in more ways than one. Kings of the jungle? Yeah, right. Not sure that bench is gonna help much, but good effort. There was no help for this kitty in distress until a high schooler came along. The party that was going on inside that building really raised the roof. The driver of this car could clearly tell that something was about to happen, and that he better drive away from it as quickly as possible. Meet you there in 10. I just need to charge my eyelashes first. Who'd have thought that a sparking power line could look so magical in the snow? If you hire a plasterer and this woman shows up, then you might end up paying slightly more than average for the final product. Double park here and you'll end up in double trouble. If you need to move a car from your disabled bay, then there's no need to let your disability stop you. Let your car do the work. The satisfying sight of an able-bodied person's car being towed away from a disabled spot. Natural can opener, anyone? And you thought losing a bag of chips in a vending machine was tragic. See if you can spot who paid out the money for this remote control plane. In the battle of tractor versus train, there can be no winner. The crazy thing is that these cars are still inching forward waiting to cross. Well, you can try to treat it like a pet, but it's still a cheetah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, but not always.
This is National Geographic.
Oh my God, baby.
Whoa.
Hey Mom, look what I caught.
Like showing it to his mom. He's
That's
like,
not, I don't think that's his mom.
Oh, you're not Mom.
See?
oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh God. Phil, we got two moms fighting over here. That's the first time I've seen that.
Pet therapy is one of the most vital treatments we have. Luckily for humans, bears seem to have a real phobia of cats. Some service dogs really do help their owners with everything. A trapped turtle who is very in need of a human helping hand. With friends like these, you can accomplish anything. When a pit bull attacked his best friend in the world, this kid didn't think twice about jumping to his rescue. So, was it a good idea or a bad idea to buy a house next to a massive tree? Look at that dog's tail wagging. There's clearly nothing he loves more than a natural disaster.
Scheiße. Scheiße, die Welle. Run! Run!
Want to create a portal? Try this.
Watch these walls. Oh my fucking God, bro. What?
Childhood is a time of carefree innocence, which is exactly why you never want to see this sight from a play park. Train stations are only exciting for train spotters. Other people need a way to keep themselves entertained. An interesting place to park, even in an area that isn't prone to flooding. One New York City driver who's clearly had enough.
You got it. Woo! Let's go.
One of the many benefits of the Towbot is that you can't argue with it or threaten it with physical violence. Don't you hate it when you get stuck in traffic? This ferry allows passengers to travel in luxury and comfort to disaster. This maneuver made by this yellow car can only be described as interesting.
I got that on video.
The definition of a bad left turn. To be fair, elephants aren't usually welcome at train stations. They have to try alternative methods. Bambi 2, The Revenge. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Oh, and how many there are, of course. Here's a Titan triggerfish being triggered by the cameraman. There are times when you need a helping hand, and times when you need a wet set of paws.
Oh yes. That dog man.
This dog's job is to make sure train passengers are safe. And this is him doing his thing. If there's one thing this dog knows, it's that toddlers and cars are not a good combination. A daring helicopter rescue of someone in a very precarious position.
I got rocks cleared on right and left. Almost to him. Continue forward and left. One and hold. Okay, he's at the patient. Get him in. Okay. Okay, he's at the skid bridge. Okay. Good spot. All right. Everything good? Yep. Back to Bear Valley.
This tiny cyclist very nearly became roadkill. Talk about being the right person in the right place at the right time. Someone in that house has just committed blasphemy.
Something's on fire!
When a bridge goes for its daily swim. This scaffold looks like it's limbering up before an athletic event. We've all stayed in hotels with no atmosphere, but this is ridiculous. This VR experience helps you be a bird, but luckily it cuts off before he poops on a nearby car. Who needs paint when you've got light and shadow? Something tells me that you probably shouldn't rent a car from this company.
What?
No parking permit? No problem. It must have been one big shark that bit this thing in two. Yes, it's a ship that's very nearly sunk. When your car is worth much more than human life. If the train starts looking like fireworks, then you might want to wait to catch the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, please purchase your tickets for the train to hell.
うわあ、電車に落ちた。
These two hippos have decided that it's much more polite to fight in private. All he wanted to do was be a cowboy.
What happened?
This little guy looks like a bouncer at a club. Drowning humans? This faithful pooch's thoughts for his own safety suddenly go straight down the drain. Another example of the surprising results when a bear meets a cat. This is what concern looks like if you put a fur coat on it.
Okay. That bad.
Zeus is checking on you. He's barking on you. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
When this train suddenly filled with smoke and the doors stopped working, there was only one way out. There are good boys, there are great boys, and then there's this boy. If you love something or someone enough, then there's always a way. Gently does it. Gently does it. Yeah, you as well. Tennis, a sport for gentlemen. Unless someone parks across your driveway.
You won't park here anymore. You can't, okay? No, no. You park here, you okay?
It's important to stand up to bad parkers. Or prank them and run away. Either option works. When bad parkers are about to get towed, they suddenly develop the concept of human decency. Don't you hate it when your game of Jenga is over far too soon? Yeah, this is a little bit more serious than getting some mud on the carpet. There's nothing like a nice Father's Day accident to create a feeling of goodwill in the family. Just like humans, trains sometimes go to pieces. The last place you want your train to derail on is a high bridge. Well, that looks safe. They should probably take his car keys away. He's had enough to drink. Yes, it's the battle of the vermin, with skunk versus possum. It's like he was waiting for the cameraman to say, "Action!" A fake abduction gets a very real response. Once again, a feline shows an animal who could rip it limb from limb who's boss. These kids had to evacuate during an earthquake. Only a special few weren't thinking of themselves. They'd never been happier to see a truck driver. It's not just humans that deserve shelter. A terrible place to build your dream house. When the Earth's core feels like a van for dinner. A pan on the stove with a lid on. Yeah, this is definitely our dinner. You may think this staircase is rotating, but think again. The movement of the people going down gives our brain the impression that the staircase turns in the opposite direction. Freaked out enough yet? Catfish? This thing is more like a lionfish. At 280 pounds, this monster took more than an hour to catch. If you block someone in, it's also worth considering that they may have one of these in their trunk. It's official. People who park by fire hydrants must hate their windows. Well, it's his drive, and the van is blocking it. Seems like an open and shut case to me. Well, 10 out of 10 for survival instinct. Tugboats are supposed to keep ships out of trouble, so who's going to help this one out? It's a good thing cargo ships are available to destroy all those pesky cranes getting in the way. Here's why you should always stand behind the yellow line. This is what happens when you steal a dog's parking space. So, are they playing with him, or is this a full-on vicious animal attack?
Get ready for that! Just let him go!
Apparently, camels can be just as loyal as any dog. Every time this toddler tries to wander off, her faithful furry friend shows her the error of her ways. Does this guy do home visits? In this case, curiosity almost did kill the cat. These heroes didn't just help him cross the road, they created an entirely new method of doing it. A bus powered by human kindness. Luckily, they'd always thought that the yellow building was pretty ugly. Just like Godzilla, this mini tornado came in from the sea.
No manches!
This is how they make your meal when you order right before closing. A bridge made out of water? What's next? A river made out of concrete? Due to a tunnel going under this river, an optical illusion is created which does indeed look like a watery bridge. For fish this big, that's barely even an acceptable snack. That's clearly not somewhere you're supposed to park, as the owner will soon find out. Always make sure that the local traffic warden doesn't have access to an excavator. If you park your bikes in an illegal area, there's a chance they may be crushed into a fine paste. So, how exactly do you explain this little dent to your insurance? How to move a container by dropping it right on the floor. When you launch your boat, plus one other vital vehicle accidentally. Train versus car. Guess who wins? Ostriches don't have the power of flight, but they do have the power of fight.
Fred! No! I said no. Go on. Get! Get your ass out of here.
And now for a new series, Fast Cat Slaps. When this dog's human was threatened with pain, they responded with love. He's just as much a cop as any other cop. Yep, you're not imagining it. This dog can actually perform CPR. It took her a long time to cross, but this hero wasn't going anywhere until the job was done. Humans very rarely come together more effectively than when there's an animal in distress. Even better than lending a helping hand? Lending 4 helping wheels. I think we've all had days when we wish for something like this to happen to our school. The weird and terrifying effects of lightning. An intense point of view of an explosion in a Beirut port. Winnowing is a technique that involves using air currents to separate heavier particles from lighter ones. It's also a great example of work smarter, not harder. If you enjoy pushing terrible parkers, then why not invest in a forklift? If you block my drive, then I'll block your ability to drive.
You know what? He should have parked there. You picked there. Hit the wrong spot, basically. God bless him. These are actually...
What did I just say about those handy forklifts? And amazingly, this wasn't even their worst day at work. Now, I'm not an engineer, but I'm pretty sure that's meant to be vertical. Call me overly cautious, but I don't think I'd be putting too much faith in that crane. Why it's smart to park far back from a train crossing. A train comes up against a tornado, and the results are not pretty. The problem with slow speeds is that disaster soon finds a way to catch up. Yeah, it's always a good idea to recognize your limits. A front row seat to an extraordinary scene. Wild boar attack turns into a big mistake. For the boar. Cats aren't. No medal is as important as true sportsmanship. An example from the younger generation as to why everyone should learn how to do the Heimlich maneuver. Some traffic obstructions are a good thing. Sometimes it's even heroic. A really, really, really bad place to stop. He only had 2 more payments to make on that thing. Pretty sure you're not supposed to be under the demolition when it happens. Humans need a lot of know-how to catch fish. Sea lions, on the other hand? How many phones have been broken by people actually trying to put their feet in these? Don't you hate it when you just want to act like an idiot, but then you spot the security camera? An appropriate revenge for some trashy parking. Some classy parking by a guy who clearly knows the local area. To get your car out of this, you'd need some seriously good Tetris skills. Yeah, he's definitely left it a little light to put those hazard lights on. Whatever this truck's destination, there's gonna be a very disappointed person at the other end. Here's an example of Dad ruining everyone's Christmas gift budget for the next decade. Dashcam footage doesn't get much more dramatic than this. Is it just me, or are you starting to think the life of a train spotter seems quite exciting?
Caralho, tombou tudo, mano. Eita porra!
The aftermath of one very serious crash. There's clearly never a dull day in this job. Lost your hat, huh? Seems like a good reason to jump into a tiger enclosure. It's a pretty big branch, but it has its limits. Okay, we've established that cats are pretty brave, but this is ridiculous.
Get him back in there, Kim. Get back. Wow. That's the craziest thing.
Every amateur skydiver's worst nightmare. But luckily their instructor was there to save the day. And their life. Never has anyone needed a helping hand more.
Can I help you? Are you sure? Yeah. Are you happy to do that? No. Yeah? Please, come on then. Thank you. Thank you very much, yeah. No, I'm alright, thank you.
It's times like these when you just pack up your skis and run back to the hotel room for a hot chocolate. Slice of mountain, anyone? Is this accidental, or did this bird just invent takeout? Who needs a boat to go fishing when you've got a massive piece of ice? This mayor came up with an alternative way to sort out the parking problem in his city. There's nothing better than a nice bike sandwich.
Trying to force my way through here. This motherfucker in the bike lane. Why are you in the bike lane? Excuse me.
Well, now he'll never be able to move to a more appropriate spot. Where ships go to mate. A hit and run, without the run. To be fair, your own traffic signal is a pretty handy thing to have. Lightning and electric trains just aren't a good combo. Hey, there's a train on my track. Hey, there's a train on my track too. In Alaska, dogs are built different. This octopus punches fish, just because he likes it. There's nothing more shocking than a moose on the loose. Priority number 1, keeping the baby safe. Priority number 2, butt sniffing. No good deed is too small. You don't need X-ray vision to see how happy he's made this kid. The others chose to drive around, but not this Good Samaritan. In the construction trade, this is what they call a complete and utter fail. Whatever this is, you clearly shouldn't hit it with a hammer. If water can get through it, then so can a cat. Yes, it's a pink beach, and even though this sand may look strawberry flavored, it's best not to eat any of it if you like your teeth. An interesting alternative to those old-fashioned sidecars, although the ride doesn't seem to be quite as comfortable. A forklift works even better if you have a friend in a truck nearby. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And luckily it's winter. This car was parked in a disabled spot, and this very much not disabled man went wild. Wait, if you love our videos, be sure to check out Retrocast. And if Retrocast isn't your thing, don't worry, we have another Akimbo video for you.